What's good, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope everybody's doing well. So the fallout from the debacle last night. Cowboys lose 19-3 to Tampa Bay. The 3 points Dallas scored on their opening drive was their best drive in the night, 54 yards. I'm going to try to be quick to share my thoughts. So I've traditionally and routinely defended Jerry Jones, Cowboys management. I even defended them when they let Amari Cooper go, but I can't do it anymore. And I think I defend them because I just want to be positive. I want to be a positive fan, which I know I'm not always positive, but I typically want to be positive and think things can work and think these guys with all of their money and all their football knowledge know more than me. But what happened last night lays at the feet of the Joneses and Cowboy management ownership. Listen, you cut Amari Cooper, all right? You cut him, you let him go, and you get like a 6th round pick in return to save cap space. All right, number one, you let Cedric Wilson walk. Number two, you say CeeDee Lamb is ready and is going to be your number one wide receiver. You don't really go out and get any wide receivers. James Washington, he gets hurt. The wide receiver room doesn't look good in preseason. You drafted Jalen Tolbert in the 3rd round. That too. The wide receiver room doesn't look good in the preseason. So this wasn't a surprise that this isn't a blow you away wide receiver group. The best looking wide receiver last night was Noah Brown. So you don't address that position despite $20 million in cap space. Julio Jones, who was available and was a rumored target of the Cowboys, plays for the team that you play in week 1. And I'm not going to say he dominates you, but Julio Jones looks more than capable last night of being a starting receiver in the NFL. Whereas Dennis Houston, CeeDee Lamb, Semi Fioco, I'm not going to put Noah Brown in that group because I thought Noah Brown looked fine. These guys, they don't look like they've played a snap with Dak Prescott. So the Cowboys knew this coming into week 1. Number 2, your offensive line. I give you drafted a somewhat project left tackle in the 1st round. A guy that you drafted that you knew was probably not ready to be a starting left tackle in the NFL. Injuries to Tyron Smith, a guy that has played a handful of games since 2015, force you into moving this rookie into a starting position. Fair enough. There are multiple linemen on the wire that are better than any of your backup offensive linemen, including Connor McGovern, who started last night. The Cowboys don't go get any of those guys. Instead, they sign Jason Peters. I'm not mad at him, but Jason Peters ain't playing. Jason Peters didn't play last night. He's probably not going to play, I would imagine, in week 2. He's standing on the sidelines wondering why he signed up to play for this shit show. So you got a guy that can't play week 1. You got a rookie at left tackle, a not good enough guy at left guard. Marcus Steele at right tackle, who I'm not knocking that. Thought he was decent last year. But, man, penalties galore last night. Anyhow, there was opportunities. There was guys on the wire. Eric Fisher. There was other guys on the wire that you could have gone out and signed for relatively cheap. You have over $20 million worth of salary cap. You didn't go sign any of those guys. You treated the offensive line like it was your plaything. Like it's all hope. Like there's no way you could have thought this was going to work. What did they do? The wide receivers were ineffective. They couldn't get open. The Cowboys, because they couldn't block, were keeping 2-3 tight ends and running backs in to block the entire game. I don't think I saw anything vertical down the field more than 15 yards. This was the number one offense in the NFL last year. And they can't move the ball down the field more than 10 or 15 yards. They ran the football pretty effectively. Unfortunately, they couldn't stay to their running game because they couldn't quit making penalties. They couldn't quit committing penalties. The same problem they had last year. What do we have? Double-digit penalties, pre-snap penalties, false starts, holding. Awful. Awful. That's the coach. I'm not going to say I'm done. Oh, icing on the cake. Your shit show offensive line, no receivers. CeeDee Lamb ain't ready. CeeDee Lamb is not that dude. He's not that dude. I'm not saying he's not good, but he's not that dude. He's not Dez Bryant. He's not Amari Cooper. He's not Michael Irvin. He's not Drew Pearson. He's a gadget slot receiver. He doesn't run great routes. He doesn't look committed to running great routes. His body language sucks. He drops passes he should catch. CeeDee Lamb is not that dude. Maybe I'm wrong. Prove me wrong, CeeDee Lamb. Show me that you're that dude. 2 catches? He's the only receiver on the team. We're waiting on Michael Gallup. We paid the guy that can't even play week 1. I don't understand how this team thinks they're going to win with what they put on the field last night. They can't. You got a 45-year-old quarterback that retired, unretired, took half a training camp off to spend time with his wife. You get a Leonard Fournette runs all over you. They bullied our defensive line, which was supposed to be a strong point. Jalen Tolbert doesn't even dress. And he's a guy that all preseason you're saying is going to be your starter. And I didn't even get to it. To sum it all up, Dak Prescott, with pressure in his face, game is over. I don't know what he did. Fractures his hand, damages a ligament in his thumb. He's got to have surgery. He's out 3 to 6 weeks. Who cares? He was ineffective anyway. I don't know that it was on him. The media would definitely spin it as if it was. But hell, Aaron Rodgers didn't look very good yesterday either with their shit show wide receiving core. That's on Jerry Jones. You got a $40 million quarterback and you got a high school freaking offensive line. I'm beyond frustrated. And all Cowboy fans should be. And I'm done. I won't do it again. Now, all the people, every time when people say, as long as Jerry Jones is the manager, GM, the Cowboys will never do anything. You're right. You're absolutely right. Jerry Jones, whoever's pulling the strings, Steven, whoever it is pulling the strings, that's the problem. That's the problem, because you put these players on the field and expected them to win. You hired these coaches. What in the hell were they doing? A double reverse, like all this stuff, these stupid gadget plays they were trying. We're going to get creative with Tony Pollard, and it's double reverses. Turpin, there's all this hype around Turpin, and man, the dude got knocked around so hard. He's a USFL player, man. He wasn't picked. I'm done. Total disaster last night. And usually I'm not the sky is falling guy. I'm really not. I'm not the guy that's like, the sky is falling, the season's over. The sky is falling. Okay? What they have to do, if they can fight to somehow, let's say Dak comes back week 6, if they can somehow get to 3-3 or 2-4, maybe you got a chance. And then you get Gallup back. You get Jason Peters over there on the left, and you move Smith to left guard. Connor McGovern is a backup. Go get another swing tackle. Go pick some. You need to be picking somebody up today. Right now, today. Oh, and you slept on the backup quarterback position, and now we're going to have 5 or 6 weeks of Cooper Rush. Maybe the dude wins some games. I don't know. Complete joke. And I'm sorry, but they're not committed to winning. Ownership is not committed to winning. So I'm going to watch my son's middle school games. I'm not going to invest as you can see, my emotions in this crap anymore. So, what a joke. I hope people enjoyed this. Yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan, and I don't make a lot of videos like this, but man, now I know how it feels to be a Jets fan. This is intolerable.